Hello, it's so nice to be with you and discussing this paper, Digital Training of Soft Skills, a Systematic Review of Literature. This is a paper that has started being developed in August of this year, so it's quite a short period to publish something, which makes us very happy, and we believe that research can be a bit more expedite, and because this is still in a more or less exploratory and not drafting, but it's still in the early versions of the work, we welcome very much. We look forward to getting feedback from you and questions and critics, whatever, that will help us improve the work, understand what kind of issues we are missing, what kind of things you would like to know that we did not address. We have a short period of time to present the work, so I will try to be very concise. You are welcome to send us any emails or questions. My email is here. It will show again in the end of the presentation, and I will link it also in the YouTube video that I will post. So the context of this work has to do with the fact that more and more soft skills are recognized more or less consensually as critical skills for the 21st century, in the sense that you cannot work without them. So yeah, you need soft skills to function in society and in organizations. Crises like the current pandemic are bringing forth the need to a new set of tools, of skills, a specific set within soft skills. But and this is actually the ultimate goal of our research line, but we needed to start somewhere. So first of all, we wanted to know, is it possible to train soft skills with a virtual setting online? Can we do it, since soft skills are such a face-to-face corporeal, have such a face-to-face and corporeal aspect to them, so understanding the distance between people, touching when appropriate, of course. But also the face-to-face experience is very important in soft skills. So we decided that a good place to start would be to conduct a systematic review of literature. Why did we choose this? And to do a more broad theme. So we chose a systematic approach to the review of literature because we wanted to make sure to sweep the literature, to be very encompassing of what the literature was bringing to us, and not just keep referencing the authors that we like or the things that made more sense to us. So what we did is we used some Boolean equations, and we went to the EC Web of Science database. This is one of the limitations of the study, by the way. We only used one database, but it was the time that we had available. And we tried to find three types of documents: article, early access, and review, which yielded 109 papers. Not a lot, but not too little. Then we conducted the spider. We did a spider table. Although PICOS table is very used in systematic review of literature, they're more used for medicine. So for social sciences, we chose a spider format. And then this meant we reduced the number of papers that were actually in-depth read and analyzed to 41 papers. You can see the entire process here. Okay, so you have the exclusion criteria here, and the inclusion criteria are the opposite of these ones. But please do feel free to send me any questions that you may have. So in terms of findings, we started with bibliometric data. It is very clear that this is a exponentially growing area. Please notice that although 2020 seems to have less papers here, may you be reminded that these were collected in August of this year. August. And in August, we almost had already as many papers as 2019 in December. Okay, so clearly this is an area with very high, with a growing number of interest. This is something that is starting to be very, 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 very relevant. It would be expected and expectable that this would happen given the current pandemic and the current situation that we are living. But this is very clear. We also tried to find out what type of studies were being conducted, and we find that most studies, here they are, I don't have, oh, 72% studies are qualitative studies. Then we have a minority, 13 studies, 12% are quantitative, and we have mixed studies here. So they are 17%, 18 studies. So the vast majority of studies are qualitative, which also indicates that this field is in the early stages of development. We are trying to figure out theoretical aspects that may be relevant, and not trying to spoil the recommendations for future research. We do need to start practicing and testing. This is something that has become very clear. Who is publishing in this area? So most publications are from the US, then England, Germany, Spain, Australia, Canada, Italy, Russia, France, and Malaysia. So most Western countries, it should not say England there, it should be UK, it's a typo, I'm sorry. So most Western countries, US and European countries, and of course Australia and Malaysia are also in the top 10. So, findings. Let's go see what the literature says. Massive online open courses, as you know, is a very popular format of training. They are proven to be valuable for promoting creativity and to improve skills like communication and problem solving, which are highly valued by employers. One of the disadvantages that is being touted is the fact that there is a big dropout rate of MOOCs, massive online open courses, because they require individuals to be able to regulate the study by themselves. We can also flip this and say that MOOCs, by their own nature, are bound to promote individuals and to help individuals achieve a higher level of self-regulations, because otherwise you cannot finish the massive online open course. And if you have a strong reason to do it, you will do it, more probably, of course. Another possible downside, which can also be flipped, of course, is that most massive online open courses are taught in English, and this can be a barrier for some people. Of course, this can also be a mobile for promoting the study of English, which is, as we all know, for the scientific community, a sort of lingua franca, something that everybody speaks. Another area is game-based approach. So not exactly gamification, but the use of games to inform, to create a format of training. So actually, game jams are touted to develop soft skills such as communication and collaboration, as well as contribute for teaching in other areas like technology, arts, mathematics. Actually, if you see here, game-based learning is considered an effective tool for teaching and learning in the area of software engineering. So game-based learning is useful for both communication and other soft skills, as well as very specific hard skills, even because of the very nature of the course design in game-based learning. We can discuss this later if you would like, of course. So virtual training in role-playing could be the best option to create universal training digitally for promoting real-life interaction. So even this, you can have role-playing in virtual training, and this can be a very important and very useful tool when you cannot act in person. Another area is case-based learning. So this offers a wide variety of options in terms of solutions, since there is not usually just one solution to the case. And this means that you need to discuss and collaborate in order to achieve the best solution possible. So in the face of searching for alternatives, the learners must have a certain skill set in order to do a better job, like leadership skills, communication skills, collaboration, and others. So you see that also in terms of case-based learning, it's very clear that the type of tasks that you promote, more than necessarily the typology of online versus face-to-face, it seems to be more relevant in developing soft skills. So just to sum up, and I think I'm right on my time, several types of methods can be used to develop online soft skills in a wide range of areas, soft and hard, I will add. Although most of the studies were conducted in educational areas, these studies can also be valuable for organizations to implement. This is very clear to us. And moreover, considering the large amount of qualitative studies, more quantitative studies would be interesting and necessary because of external validity purposes to measure more objectively the impact of the efficiency of online training in different situations. The limitation of this study I have already spoiled. It is the fact that we only used Easy Web of Science. The reason why we used it was a convenience reason. We had full access to Easy Web of Science, and we decided to start small. Eventually, we might need to redo the study after we have published this and we have reflected more on the contents of our findings, even because it's probably better to do this research again in January, where we can have the full year of 2020 for the bibliometrics section. And this is it. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It was wonderful to be with you. Please do contact me. My email is there. It will also be in the description of the video. It would be a pleasure to have the opportunity to discuss this work, and stay safe. Thank you and goodbye.